Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a clan battles game for you. This is going to be a little different format. I want you guys to let me know what you think of this format in the comments below. Quickly running over the threats to my ship. This is an Asian clan. Enemy team is Yamato, Des Moines, Double Henry, Double Stalin, and a Shimakaze rounding out the threats to my ship. The map is Islands of Ice. Cuter has spawned on the north side of Islands of Ice, and gonna talk a little bit about our comp. Right now, pretty much our comp is looking to defeat the Henry spam that you see a lot of teams bringing, and if you're looking, you're going Holy U.S. Cruiser Spam, and that's pretty much what it is. We're running Montana, Des Moines, Worcester, Double Salem, Moskva, and my Shima. And basically, the idea behind it is going ahead and try and push us, Henrys. Um, Salem is an absolute beast when it comes to uh, beating these Henrys up in these close battles. I mean, you need something to spot, the Salems, the Des Moines, something like that, so the Henrys can work them over from range. Because if the Henrys just push right in there, reload booster or not, it ain't gonna work out well for them. So, and of course, my team has me where one of my objectives is don't allow my team to just get farmed. Um, where a DD is spotting them and they can't drop off if they need to. So my objective here, one is twofold. I want to get up here, get vision for my team as quickly as possible over the cap. I want to, here I'm providing spots. I'm trying to get a feel for, okay, what's going on here. And I'm starting to anticipate. I know that, their team, they've got 2 Stalins and 1 Des Moines. I'm kind of anticipating they'll have a Des Moines and a Stalin here. Most teams at least want to, if they've got 2 radars, they'll put their double radar on A cap because this is the contested cap. What I'm doing here, I'm calling target on the Stalingrad. I want my team to create this momentum, and I'm going to pause it right here. If you notice my torpedo indicator, this guy most likely has priority target, and everybody on this flank that can look at this guy is locking their guns onto him. Even my guns were locked on this guy, and that's telling this guy, oh shit, I'm about to get focus fired. And it creates this almost like a mental trap where we're putting pressure on him just with, where we are pointing our guns. And I'm going to use this to my advantage. He's popping radar. I'm radar detected. But he's a big, it's a fast boat, but it handles like a tub. I know he's not going to be able to radar me along because his momentum is going to carry him out of radar range. So you see him accelerating. I'm already 11-7, and I'm just going to stop here because his momentum is going to take him beyond radar range. Shima takes a quick cheeky shot. Now I really like these sets of torps here. The intent of those torps was to get up in a Des Moines business. What'll happen is most teams will take a Des Moines and they'll run them around this island and try to run them up into this position where their radar can cover a really sizable chunk of the cap. And that one set of torps, basically threw that right out the window. This Des Moines has to turn out, and that's going to cost him time to get into the cap. And what that's actually going to create, it's going to create a capping opportunity, a window of opportunity for me to take the cap. because this Stalingrad's radar is down. Almost assuredly, the other Stalin is on C-cap, just with the way that they flipped the cap, and they flipped it before we did. That's telling me that they've got most likely at least 2 ships out there that cap together. So right off the bat, even though we only have 4 ships spotted, we've got a pretty good idea where everything is. Their battleship's probably going to be playing mid somewhere, where he can support either side. Probably have 2 cruisers locking down C-cap. We've got 3 cruisers over here, and that's going to create a nice situation, because even down a ship here, we've got the ability. Now, we are cheating with our Montana a little closer than I think their battleship is, so really we're not down a ship, but their battleship here isn't able to influence a battle up here. So right now, the situation is basically we've got a capping opportunity. I'm checking it out. Okay, Des Moines probably has those torps were probably spotted by either the Shima or Hydro. Then Des Moines bailing out, and I'm just going to reverse back into the cap. Now, we saw the Shima here. This is now a Torp alley. I don't want to be anywhere in this line, because any destroyer worth his salt, he's going to be flooding this with Torps. So I don't know what that other destroyer's build is. I haven't seen Torps yet. My Torps are just actually reloaded. Now, if you notice, I'm not gonna reverse right into this island like a lot of other destroyers would do in like a random battle, and the reason is vision. I can keep this Stalingrad lit for my team. I just spotted the other Stalingrad there, and I'm also providing a lane right here to spot this Henry. That one little position, I could spot so many different things to help my team out, and I'm doing that by not blocking my field of view, going tight to islands when I don't need to. There's no, what's their destroyer gonna do? Push right into me? It's coming around the island like that, he's dead. Now, these torps, I should have paused it before. What I'm doing, while I'm capping, I'm looking at the situation. I'm from the enemy destroyer's perspective. What is he seeing in our defenses? Where does he believe that we're weak, that we have an opening that he can exploit? And what if I was in his position? We're weak here, and so I would want to make a play, for somewhere either the island or back in here somewhere to try to take this cap. And so what I want to do is I'm launching these torpedoes, trying to cut off this approach to the island, as well as zone out this whole area of the cap right here. So that's what these torpedoes are designed to do, and we're just gonna let them run. Okay, we see the torps. Now, this tells me right off the bat, and I'm announcing to my team, this Shima is running 20-kilometer torps. You see how soon they're spotted. You see how slow they're traveling. I don't believe these have torpedo acceleration, so I'm telling my battleship right now, you're going to have to deal with these torps, because they're not going to run out. Any sort of information that you can relay to your team. Now, this comes with experience, watching, different sets of torps fly by your ship and matching them to destroyers on the enemy team. But this is telling me how this Shimakaze is equipped, and it also gives me an indication of how this guy's probably going to intend to fight his ship. He's probably going to want to sit further back than, for example, I tend to work, and I can start to get it into their head and try to predict future engagements. Now, this was a really nice spot here. Just picking this Des Moines up, and He's just out. I'm actually backing right into radar range. The reason why I'm backing in there is I wanted to try to pick up this destroyer if he pushed into the cap, and end up picking him up. And unfortunately, he's able to get into the island. I'm not wasting any time. I'm getting right off the X because as soon as I popped up, multiple ships switched targets and all are taking a poke at me. Now, I am gonna pop a smoke here. My team's saying smoke. We're gonna pop a radar, and the issue is this is actually a misplay because I need to get further into this island because I need to reduce the angle here. I'm being radared by the Des Moines. He pushed up. That's a pretty smart play. I'm at the edge of his radar range though, so it's but I'm sitting out here and I'm trying to get this angle, and I'm trying to see if my team can get shots on the guy, and he actually gets the cap, and you know, c'est la vie, you know, it's not a huge deal, but I really would like to finish this destroyer off. I've got a really good HP advantage. Now this radar is a smart move. They go and reverse the Stalingrad right into me, and it's keeping me from pushing their Shimakaze and keeping that guy trapped in behind that island. And basically the torps I dropped, they are dual purpose torps. This edge of the sets of torps is on this Des Moines. If he screws up and pokes his nose out, these torps may catch him. They may also catch this Shima. He sailed right out from this island. He's dumped torps on the way. So those really tight-knit set of torps to try to intercept that guy as he left that island, and unfortunately it didn't really work out. Now this is a really good spot here. Okay, I know the Stalingrad's radar is down. I know the Des Moines' radar is down. I know their Shimakaze is running for his life, and I'm going to set up a play here and gonna walk you through it because it's pretty nasty. What I'm looking at is this Stalingrad. I'm going to pause it right here. Apparently when I pause it, the torpedo indicator goes away. But the situation that I see is this Des Moines having a hard time hitting me. If I step on the cap again and I get radared, these guys are going to want to, obviously they're going to want to shoot at me to reset the cap. Now, looking at this Stalin, he can only shoot me with his rear gun right now. So what I need is to see if I can make somebody move in a predictable way. And this guy's, he's healthy. His team's got a point advantage. Yes, his destroyer's a little low, but they just got the cap. Now all they need to do is just buckle down and defend it and wait for us to be forced to push in there and basically be easy pickings. So what I want to do, my torps are almost loaded. What I'm looking to do is when I set foot on this cap, this Des Moines is going to radar me, and when that happens, this Stalingrad's going to have to turn out. And what I'm looking to do is have this Stalingrad turn out just in time for my torpedoes to basically pop up right in his face. So that's the intent behind this. I'm looking right now. He's moving right now at a pretty good clip. And you can see I launched that first set, you know, really far out, and I just launched this tight pack in here. And now I'm going to reverse onto the cap, and you can start to see this guy, he's going to start turning. He's already started turning a little bit right now, but he's slowing down right now. and it's actually looking like he's going to start speeding up here momentarily. I don't want him to go beyond the Torps, so I'm going to hop off the cap right now and maybe make this guy think, oh, well, I'm just going to sit here. And you can see, okay, he's slowing down, their Des Moines getting focused. Their Des Moines goes down. Now he's like, shit, I need to keep my radar over the cap. The destroyer was just there, and he sees the torpedoes now. And that's an ah shit moment. No cruiser player wants to see that. Now this specifically works extremely well against Stalingrad because Stalingrad can't run hydro. So that leaves this ship incredibly vulnerable to torpedoes, and is a large torpedoes are one of the ways to counter those ships. I'm actually opening up on the guy. Maybe I get a fire, and a fire would finish him off. My team's starting to focus him, the guys that can shoot him, and he leaves my gun range, and I'm cool with it. He does land a decent hit here, but to me, that little bit of HP, still have a significant HP advantage on the enemy destroyer, so I'm okay with losing that amount of hit points in return for getting the cap quicker. He didn't actually reset me completely to 0. It's only a partial reset, so, you know, I'll take it. Now, right now my Montana is telling me, hey, I'm spotted right here. He's telling me he thinks the destroyer's right here. I wait till I actually am almost have the place capped. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reverse out here, see if I can spot him. If I can, I'm just going to assassinate him real quick. And if I don't spot him while I'm backing up, I'm going to go put some pressure on this Yamato. And this is a difficult situation with these battleships. I was under the impression that with our Montana bearing down on him, with our Moskva, you know, potentially threatening the cap, that he might be reversing in here to deny access to the cap. And instead, he's looking to deny this route here. And I should have predicted that and put 2 here and just 1 in here. And it would have worked out much better for us. But I didn't. I screwed the pooch. And at this point, I know that the enemy DD isn't here. So I'm just sitting here. I'm just providing vision for the team, and you know, sit here, and you know, my torpedoes will be up in another 50 seconds to take another crack at the Yamato, and you know, we'll see where it goes. So at this point, our Des Moines and our Salem have both, they're sweeping through ACAP. They spot the enemy DD. I'm gonna start slowing this down because the game's gonna be over here shortly. But this is, you know, this is in the mind of a competitive destroyer player playing a clan battles game. What I'm thinking, where I'm going, what I'm trying to do, what my objectives are. You know, let me know what you guys think about this mode. Is this something that you want to see more of a breakdown like this? Or do you prefer to actually hear the live team communications? I'll probably do it, you know, both ways, but if you guys do like this, I will go on ahead and keep doing this. So this DD is going to go down, and that's going to be the game here shortly. So I hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.